Hello everybody and welcome to a new Settlers playthrough, The Awakening of the Eternal City, and we are receiving alarming messages from the Eternal City, my master. Unsettling events are casting dark shadows over Tandria. There are rumors of intrigue, spoiled citizens, and a menacing dark cult that is gaining influence. And we have to choose whichever side we choose. The fate of this Eternal City lies in our hands, and if you're not familiar with the Settlers 7 yet, I urge you to watch my Settlers 7 full campaign playthrough, where we also go through the mechanics up to higher challenges, so really interesting playthrough of that one. Now that we have the Eternal City, set foot on the landing point, and then we have to march towards the Eternal City, which is on the map, well, quite far away. So there we have the Eternal City, a huge one, and our goal is to take it. Now the thing is, we're starting very small in this little area, and we get our first quest, so we need to conquer now 3 sectors that are around us. So let's just have a look, and as we can see on the map, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 sectors close by, and in the starting sector where we are, there is actually some good resources already. So we do have the hunting, the fishing, and I think, yep, let's start with it. We do have a nice town hall, and my people are waiting. Right now it's night, so hopefully that changes soon. Now let's begin with a bit of building. The first thing that we want to do is, once again, we have the, where do we have a forest? We should have a decent forest. Here we have a nice forest area. So here we can then have our first lodge. Right, and with the lodge we can then chop down the trees. Actually, let's build it, yeah, a bit further on the inside here. And this one is then chopping down with a woodcutter. We also need to have a forester here who will reforest the trees, and since we do have some game here, let's also have as a hunting hut. And as we can see, hunting hut is being built, and my little settlers are now starting to carry over the goods. So the lodge doesn't take that much, only 3 logs, and we do have that with 1 settler right away. As the lodge is being built, we do need another lodge, however. We do have quite a lot of planks, but we will need quite a lot of them in the course of this game. So I'm going to have another one just beside it, over here. This one, however, has a few different things. So it's getting a sawmill that we have here. We are also getting, once again, another hunter, and we're getting a woodcutter. Because I think 1 forester will be enough to support 2 woodcutters for the moment, right? And then we have a few hunters, and also our first sawmill that we need. Hunters are very important for the sausage production then. Righto, those things are activated. As we can see, our settlers are going over there. Our population is not that full, so let's also have another smaller residence. And that is something we can just place here to fill up the space there that we have. And I'm probably going with another residence, so we can have our first populations then right away. There we have the next one. The lodges are being constructed now fully. Nice buildings. After a bit of time, the next buildings have been constructed, and also our next residence is coming up since we are getting closer to the population cap. Now down here we do have some fishing resources, quite a lot of them, and since it makes sense, there is a road here. Let's have the road going all the way over to these fishing reserves. The thing is here, I'm going to get rid of one of these building tiles for the residence, but it's fine for the sake of look of my little town, of course. And down here with the road, fortunately those roads are being placed immediately, and then we just need another lodge, and 2 tiles will be enough since we only have 2 reserves here. And then I'm going with 2 fishers that are working on these tiles then. Very good, that's done as well. Another thing that we have is stone. There we have a bit of stone piles, so let's also have us some stone cutters. I need once again a road. And as we can see, our walls have, or are, well, lying in ruin, so we will need to repair them as well at some point, and that's why I need the resources for. And let's have us a mountain shelter. Again, 2 tiles are perfectly fine, more cannot work on that anyway. Another thing over here is that we have some coal. The thing with the coal is, though, we need it for iron and gold smelting. Do we have some gold deposits close by? We can have a look at that when we look at the map. And as we can see, over here is some gold and there is some iron. So they are in 2 different sectors. Let's have a look at this sector first. We could bribe them with 25 gold coins. We don't have that. Perhaps we get a church and send the clerics over here, or we just fight them. They have 10 soldiers. Right now we have 12, so we would have the upper hand. But I guess in this case we might just recruit a few more of my guys here. So 3 more pikemen and, yep, 2 more musketeers should be fine. A little bit later my settlers immediately transport the goods to that location, to the tavern that we have. The mountain shelter has been built. All we need now is 2 quarries, and also being constructed right now. There it is, beautiful. And what it seems to me as we are talking is that we have Eternal Night on this map. No idea why. The city is not called the City of Eternal Night. It's just the awakening of the Eternal Cities. So hopefully we are getting some daytime here too at some point. And the first soldiers are being recruited. Perfect. Now that we have the basic goods up, so we have the hunter, we have the sawmill, so a plank production, we do have the fishes and the stone. What we need next up is some advanced processing. So in this case, for my simple residences here, they can now process something that we have. For example, the brewery. Now the brewery still needs some grain. I think we have lots of grain in store anyway. Yep, 40 grain. So it might be a good idea to start with 2 breweries now. They're working on beer then, but we will also need a farm, of course. And the farm, let's have that a bit further outside because, of course, close to my city center, I don't want to have a farm. And lucky for us, we do have, yeah, quite a lot of space out here. We should, of course, still have some room then left for, let's have a look, for the deposits on this side. Right, so if we want to build then a mountain shelter later, we do have the room, very good. And then we can just have now a farm on that side. And this farm is going to have, yep, 2 farmers, so grain barns, and 1 windmill, right? That makes flour, and with the flour we can then start with the bread making. And once again, my settlers are transporting that. Lucky for us, we do have a well already, so I don't need to construct that myself again. And the first breweries are up and running now. There we have them in all their glory. Getting some grain and water and producing beer with that. Now, beer-wise, we have quite a lot of beer in store, so it might also be a good idea to just go with the church. Now, we haven't unlocked the church yet, so let's go up with my prestige. We still need 2 prestige points for the next level. And prestige points, well, that is something we can make with prestige objects. This one here costs me a bit. Let's see. This one cost me 3 stone and nothing else. That's fine, because stone we have plenty of at the moment. And I think it makes sense to have that here in the center. And with that, we finally have now also unlocked prestige level 2 and can go now with the stronghold, the expert office and the church. And now, well, yeah, we can build the church. Beautiful building. The church should be, yeah, close to the center, I think. So we can actually have it right here. Let's have a church here. It does need a bit of a cemetery space then as well. So having the church here makes sense because we got lots of space around it. We will also be needing another street then going up to this space, so we have then more room to grow again. And we will also be needing a bakery. Bakery can now work as well, since we do have enough flour for now. And the windmill will then produce more. The barn is up and running. The windmill is coming up as well. Looking absolutely fabulous how this is being built step by step. And there it is. Our windmill is now active as well. What I can see is though that we're getting close again to my population cap. So let's have a noble residence in this case. Costs me a bit of stone. The noble residence, however, can house way more people. And yeah, we should have that, of course, in the center then as well. Let's have our center, our noble residence just here. I'm going to have then my cemetery on the outside. And here we can still add more buildings, especially in this area.
Oh no, your enemy can now use a new trading outpost.
Oh, that means that one of my enemies have built an export office and can now use the trading. So it has now the trading options. We should actually also do that quickly. And for that I would need the trade export The export office, as we can see, we do have all the resources for it. So let's build it. And yeah, I think having it here in the center makes sense. And there we're going to build the export office then, right in front of my castle. And it seems indeed that we have Eternal Night in this game. Which is unfortunate, because this game does have beautiful lighting effects. And a little bit later, our church is up and running now, so we can now finally recruit some novices. They want beer and normal food, and of course some room to live. So let's recruit the first 6 of them. We still don't have enough room, so let's have a normal residence once again, and we can have that a bit further outside here. And the first novices are coming up now as well. Stone-wise, we're still pretty fine, so also the export office will be possible. Construction of the next residence has started, and let's have some more noble residences. Now, we do have the export office. We do have...
One of your neighbors gained access to a new
Oh, another
outpost.
trading. We need to be quick about it. Let's have some more noble residences than just here. Let's have 2 of them, because we do need the space. And since we have the church, we can now also apply some cemetery around it. That cost me 1 stone for each. So we can have them here. And this actually then gives me also some additional prestige points. We get now another mission while we do the first one still, is defending the landing point. Word has reached me about an ambassador in a dark robe visiting key locations inside the Eternal City, and now our informants are reporting that the 3 scouting armies are preparing an attack on the landing point. So that's us, is it? We need to fend off 3 armies. For that we will need to upgrade our castle. Costs me 9 planks, let's do that. This will then give us a little palisade around us. And yeah, army-wise we should be fine. And the export office is now online as well. As we can see, it needs 5 of these garments. We do have them, so let's recruit 5 hawkers right away. The novices, we have 6 of them now, so I can either now go with researching, so that we have the technology tree, lots of researching, and I think I'm going with that before I conquer any more territories, right? We want to fight off these enemies first. Let's have a look around. So what do we need? Grain farmers and millers work twice as fast. Doesn't sound so bad. My prestige is increased by 3. The production of stonecutters is lowered to 40%.
A new trading outpost has been discovered.
Let's
by
go
your
with this
rival.
one. And troops move twice as fast, or the production time of foresters, woodcutters and sawmill is reduced to an average of 55%. That's still also very good, right? Plus it's not very expensive. We can have a few more. And as we can see now here, the clerics are going. And a bit later we finally also finished the fortification of our area. So as we can see, we have some beautiful wood palisades now around us. That should hold off any troops that don't have any cannons so far. Plus we do have a bit of defense here as well, as we can see. Right, how's my beer production looking? We have 17 beer at the moment, in fact. So let's have some 6 more novices. We can research them more. In the export office, we have now the hawkers. So let's go with some trade route. As we can see, we do have a few available here now. Actually, only these 2, because the other one is already taken. So let's go with this one first. Since we do get the iron out of this one, it's very important. We can then advance to the wool and the gold. Down here we can go with gold to iron. I think those are the most important ones. Any stone? The stone is a limited resource. I'm on the way now.
Your enemy can now use a new trading outpost.
Since we do now have a lot of meat in store as well, we can have some butchers. So these butchers are going to make sausages, and I think 2 will be fine for now. 1 butcher, and another one that we can have is a gold mint. So this one produces us some gold coins out of the ore that we have. Right now we only have 5 gold ore, but I'm aiming this sector here next, so that we would have then some additional gold ore coming in, especially that we need also then with the coal that we already have. And in that case, I think everything is pretty set up now. Our hunters are doing such a good job that these forests don't have any game on it anymore, but it's regrowing anyway. So in that case, I will just get rid of one hunter for now, this one. So one hunter will be fine. We do have another one over here, so another forester lodge will be fine then as well. And down here, both of them are working on the fish. Very important because we need plain food for a lot of things. What we can also do is we can boost one of them with the fancy food. So this one, for example, will use then some sausage now. And with that, we'll create 3 times as much out of the build of the production that we have around. So this bakery is then producing 3 times as much, which is pretty cool. Now, let's have a look. We do get some rewards as well because we have some population rewards. This one gives us some stone, tools, or planks. In that case, I think I'm going with some tools. And the other one is the same thing again. And how much stone do we have? 37. So let's go with some tools there as well. We need tools for every single crafter that we have. Just going to relocate now the hunter to the game that we have here. And yes, I will recruit some new pikemen. Very important. And in the process of that, we will also need another normal residence that I can place somewhere over here. We actually have some space then left still. Now, research-wise, we have some more clerics ready. Let's have a look at that. We do have the production of pig breeders. Nope. We get 2 additional prestige. Nope. Long-range attacks of musketeers, cannons, and fortifications cause 33% more damage. That's a pretty impressive one. And yes, we will go with that, since that is the most important one at the moment. This one here is pretty important too, but someone else was faster now, one of my enemies. And I guess we'll just need a few more novices. Actually, we do have enough beer, so let's just get with another 6 here that we can recruit. However, I really do need more people. And we can do that then with the upgrading. So right now we don't have any more prestige. Another residence has been built. We don't have any coin anymore. And then another musketeer comes out. We have 45 seconds left for the first attack. And a little bit later now we finally get the first attack. So there they are, 12 soldiers marching towards us. Well, it's not the only army, right? I think we do have another army coming. Nope, okay, right. That's the only army that we have. So they are first having to get past our towers before we have to defend ourselves with the soldiers. Now, while that is happening, we still, of course, want to advance our little city. So let's have another
your clerics researched a technology
street going over to that area there. And yep, we have reached another technology, which gives me more damage to my soldiers. And this one is still something that I want to take. Now, with each one of these, you will be able then to go further into the tree, right? So if he takes, for example, now this one, I cannot go with the fortification anymore. That's a huge problem. So we need to be really quick about it. And we do still need a few more novices. We have enough beer, so theoretically we should have enough for everything. Righto. While that is happening, let's have another farmer. One of the most important things that you can have, because the farmers produce you bread, and with the bread we get more novices, and novices are so important. There we have another one with another grain barn, and flour mill, or windmill, that is, right? And I actually want to have another farm then right away as well. And this one here is going to have me some piggery. Now the piggery produces meat. So we no longer need the hunters really, but it needs water and grain. So let's also have another grain barn here for those piggeries. Also, we need a well then close by. So let's have us a well here as well, costing us a bit of stone. So stone, quite important. Lucky for us, we do still have 31 stone in our deposits. There they are at the gate, and as we can see, they're not going to be very successful. And while that fight is going on, let's have a look at the research. Oh, I still need the novices. Where are they? We have 10 novices right now. Why can I not research this? Because we cannot afford it? We do have the 6 of them. I can afford the prestige now. And we probably should go with that as well. And the attack has been cancelled. Very good. they've tried it, but they will come again. I'm pretty sure of that. And off they go. So that's the reason why I don't want to go with another sector at the moment, because then I would have to defend that sector as well. Even though that attack wasn't very strong, we might just go with a sector, reinforce it, put my army there, and then try to defend it. But who knows really what's happening. Now, still the novices. We have beer. We do need a bit more room, so let's have us another noble residence close to the castle. Another attack is coming in 6 minutes, so we do have a bit of time to prepare. I especially want to have a few more residences. And my little settlement is growing. Now another bakery will be very nice. Let's actually have 2 bakeries, since we have a dedicated farm just for that. And the farm is up now, and with it also the piggeries or piggeries, and they produce some meat for us. And we should have grain in store. Yes, we have plenty of grain in store. And also for the butcher. Where's my butcher? We do have the butcher here. So let's give him some fancy food so that he produces twice as much. And they should be happy about it. So far so good. We're still alive. Can we recruit a few more? Yeah, pikemen, nope, we cannot. What we could do is we could sell the beer and make some gold coins out of it. That might be possible. And since we do have 11 novices right now, we cannot go there yet. I would like to take this by clerics only. There we have another one. My clerics now research the next technology. That gives me 2 prestige points. So now we can finally go with something else. And in that case, this would... Oh! Yeah, that's a bad thing. So now he's doing that. If we have 8 novices, we could outbid him. Unfortunately, for some reasons... Oh, yeah. Now I can see that we don't have enough. But we do have the beer. So hopefully they deliver the beer now to that. Because we need way more clerics still. My farmers, yeah, we don't have enough grain right now for my pitcheries. Another novice is coming up. We have 8 novices now, so no idea why we cannot outbid him there. Let's wait for a few more. And what I wanted to go with the prestige is that we can upgrade our residences. Very important. Because now we don't need to waste so much space anymore on residences. We can now upgrade them. Doesn't cost us very much. It gives us new room to breathe. And those buildings are looking more beautiful because they're getting taller. Also a nice side effect of that. Alright, there's a bit more, few more resources coming into the church. Another cleric. And another one. Yeah, that's incredible. We cannot go with that for some reasons.
Upgrade is finished.
And the upgrades are finished. There we have the new residences coming up.
Upgraded.
And lots of space again. 88 can our population grow now to. Quite important. Now, since I really cannot go with that, what we will have to do, we are going for the next sector, and that is this one here.
Your enemy gained access to a new technology.
And since we do have so much beer, let's sell some of it. So 4 beer for 1 gold coin, not the best trade in the world, but since we have beer so abundant with 3 breweries brewing us the beer all the time, it shouldn't be a big deal. And here we can see they're delivering it. And once it's in here, we can make some gold coins out of it. And we need the gold coins for recruitment and also for some new researches. Now, since we don't have, it seems to me, not enough farmers or not enough grain production, I will have another farm. We could have that outside here, even though we already have a farm here, and as we can see, it needs the space. So yeah, a new territory will be very important, and now we can send the novices over to this sector and take it. But since it's any time now, there it is, there we have the next attack, and let's just see where it is. Coming over there, it's 19 soldiers now, so it's quite a lot more. And how this attack turns out, we'll see in the next episode. Stay tuned.